I've got to give up. That's what happens when you let your grass grow and go like a jungle. Ah, fuck's sake. What's going on here? Oh, don't you dare put this on telly. I'll sue the hell out of you. You better not put this on the BBC, I'm telling you. Can't even cut his fucking grass. Oh, man, look at all that, though, man. See how perfect the other side is, Tom? Beautiful. Beautiful. I live in Haddington, which is about 8 miles just from where I grew up in Prestonpans. It's about 15 miles east of Edinburgh. Neighbours will get some laugh watching me doing that. It was a great place to grow up. We had lots of freedom. We had the sea on our back door. We had lots of countryside on our doorstep. Quite a tough little place. You know, you had to learn to defend yourself and, you know, look after yourself. There's not many people where I'm from with my friends that didn't grow up fighting.
Prestonpans is an old mining town. It's escaped the gentrification that a lot of these towns have had. Places like Haddington and North Berwick have had the influx of commuters from Edinburgh. And Prestonpans has probably been one of the towns that's kept it real, basically, in that part of the world.
This is the house that I grew up in here. 2-bedroom council house. Lived here till I was like 25, 26 years old, so. Bandy!
I see you. No, I see you. I see you.
He used to leave notes about the house when he was a kid, saying he was going to be world champion, and we found that. He must have been about 10. He was just so headstrong, he was competitive at everything he done. We could sit and eat a bowl of cornflakes and I'll say, I'll race you. And he would just stuff them in his face just to win. I just knew a wee back then he was a bit special, he was going to be something.
He was funny, he was a funny wee.
He's funny lad,
He used to like to take his clothes off and run about naked and do the full Monty and things. He was really good at the full Monty.
He'd be in the middle of a shop and the full Monty would come on. He'd have to
start taking his clothes off.
I still do want to be a part of the film,
What do you want to be when you're bigger Josh a stripper?
He's just always full of fun. No, Billy wasn't he always? It was a pain in the backside sometimes. People coming to the door saying they'd thrown stones at their windows and complaining about him fighting with their boys and just your usual kid stuff.
I had a great upbringing. My dad was a landscape gardener for Edinburgh Council. My mum was a receptionist at Meadowbank Sports Centre. They worked every hour under the sun. They worked really, really hard for myself and my little sister to enjoy things and have good clothes, have good stuff.
Sometimes we didn't have enough to put petrol in the car to get him to training, but we managed, we got there somehow. Jamie worked really hard as well. He used to work 2 jobs, I had 2 jobs. It was quite hard. It was hard going, trying to keep them, getting what they want and making sure they were fine for everything.
There was always a bit of tooth and nail with the two of them, arguing like cat and dog. I think a lot of it was because they were spending all their time working to provide for myself and Finch. I think it took its toll on them sometimes. You know, they'd let things build up, and then they would explode. It was crazy at times and mad at times, but whose family isn't? If it wasn't for my mum and dad, I wouldn't be where I am today, you know, fact. They worked their socks off to give us everything that they had. What's this? Buddy. This way.
As Josh was brought up, he just went out playing and running about all the time. That's all we had to do when we were youngsters. But nowadays, you don't see any kids about the place. They're all sitting in their houses playing their PlayStations. That's what I see the difference about doing here, Prestonpans.
I think a lot of working class kids have been left behind, and it's not just in Prestonpans. I mean, I see it where I grew up in Muirhouse. There's not a lot for them, and recreational spaces sold off to developers. You see what happens is that obesity rates rise. What Josh has done and what leading sports people have done They kind of reversed that trend. They encourage kids to get into sport. They encourage kids to join the local boxing club, to join the local five-a-side league. But the facilities have to be there. Otherwise, it is just drugs and street corners, basically.
This is like the bit where we sort of used to hang around when we were like little kids. See, the running track's not in very good nick anymore because the gate's shut, nobody's using it. Kids are having to break the things in the fence just to get in and get a game of football. It's quite crap to see. But there's some lads climbed in over the fence here, so we'll go and see what they've said.
It's Josh Taylor. Well, wait, Sting.
Sting. Oh, what a game that was. On the 7th goal, you have to either header it or back heel it in. Once you get 7 in, you've got to turn round, put your arse in the air, and the lads put the ball in the penny spot, and everybody gets a free dig at your backside. If you refuse to it, everybody have the shot at you. You get a thing called the magic circle. It's just got to protect yourself and everybody gets to say it about you. It's a pretty brutal game, but it's exciting, it's pretty good. I used to love playing that when I was a kid. Like, is it still the same? You still play it the same way? 7 and then 14 the kegs doing 21 bare arse.
Aye.
And then if nobody gets magic circle.
Aye, magic circle, get bottled if you don't go in.
That's actually quite nice to see that, actually. It's quite funny. Brings back a lot of memories. All right, boys, we play football. There's a wee hole in the fence. All that hassle to try and get a wee game of football. For me, that's shocking. It should be open. It used to be free and open.
Me and my friend got a group photo.
Of course, lads. In my fights, when they get introduced as from Edinburgh, Josh Taylor. Game of football, see that wee man, see that boys? Well, I said to a couple of announcers early on in my doors, well, I'm not from Edinburgh. I'd like you to say my hometown, Prestonpans. And you had Michael Buffer shouting it, from Prestonpans, Josh Taylor. It's brilliant. I'm really proud of that fact that I've put Prestonpans on the map, and people around here are proud of that fact as well. And like, it gives a lot of kids around here to reach the heights or where you want to go. It's not, you don't have to be from a certain place. I'm real, I'm living it, I'm right there. Like, if I can do it, the kids can do what they want as well.